Hey everybody, it's Martina. How's everybody doing tonight? I'm coming on here, and the title of my video tonight is What Would You Do If You Couldn't Fail? So if you are watching me live, please say hello so I can come on here and say hi to you. And if you're watching on the replay, just hashtag replay so I know you caught this video, and then I can come back and say hi to you later. So before we get started, if you guys are on YouTube, you should go over there and like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. So hit the bell to receive notifications and the subscribe button to subscribe to my channel, and I'd love to have you on there. There's lots of self-love videos and yoga and meditations and self-love chats and stuff like that. So if that's something that interests you, would love to have you in there. So, so what would you do if you couldn't fail, you guys? So, it's a super interesting topic, and it's one that I'm really interested in talking to you guys about. So when it comes to failure or like fear of failure, and us in our lives kind of like analyzing of the things that maybe we knew we would always want to do, but we would always be scared to do them. Um, so when we're talking about what we would do if we couldn't fail, that actually comes down to our confidence. So confidence is the thing. If we do not have confidence, then odds are we are not going to step out of those comfort zones. We're going to be stuck in that same kind of like scenario in our minds of like, oh no, I can't do that. Oh no, I can't do that. And it makes us feel unstuck and unworthy, and just not confident and low self-esteem, and all these things come with the idea that we give ourselves when we think about the things we want to do in life, and that fear of failure of like, oh well, I can't do that, I'm sure I won't be able to, right? Like, it's not for me. So those are things that often people put in their minds when we're talking about what you would do if you could what would you do if you couldn't fail. And so I'm here to give you just a little bit of insight on if you have things that you are wanting to do with your life, or things that you're wanting to accomplish or be, or how you're going to serve people in your life, and your heart service to your people that that need your help. Because I feel like we all have this thing that it has either happened to us, or something that our life experiences are meant to be shared, because what we are sharing with others is going to help someone else in their own journeys. If we're sharing something that's been raw for us and that's something that we have grown through, then by sharing those gifts with other people, we're going to be able to then in turn, help them to gain more confidence and know that it's okay that you've gone through that, and you can, become, come on the other side of that situation and be more confident, more have better self-love for yourself, like kind of go, like my mentor often says that it's like we're climbing a mountain and doing it together. And so when we are down in the muck, because we all have times when we're down in the muck, so if we can rise together and help each other to be lifted up, and know that we, just live as if we don't fail, like that we can't fail, and do the things that speak to your heart and that make your heart soar, not thinking about the idea of what happens if this doesn't work, because they're all learning experiences, they're all life experiences, and they help us to make become who we are meant to be in this life, I believe. So hello Cindy Kelly, I see you on there. um, so when it's coming down to our confidence, so when we're talking about how we would love to live as if we couldn't fail and be that confident person that just puts ourselves out into the world, and regardless of the our self-talk in our mind saying, well, no, you're going to fail, it's not going to work, don't do it. We're going to try and reverse that, right? I'm going to try and give you some tips and tools to be able to live and act as if that you're not going to fail. We're going to do some different things that I'm going to give you guys some tips to move forward with, so you can actually start showing up for life more confidently, which is then going to in turn allow you to, show up for life in a way that you want to. So when it comes down to confidence, confidence kind of is equals our positivity, our happiness, and our resiliency. So if we have confidence in ourselves, then we're going to show up to life more positively. We're going to be more happy. We're going to be more resilient. And that resilient thing is super key, because confident people, they are going to still fail. We make mistakes, we fail. That's how we learn and grow. However, a confident person is going to be resilient in the fact to know that, okay, this didn't work. Let's try something different, right? So the first step for kind of starting to step into your confidence would be to be honest with yourself. So really take a look at the things that trigger you. If you've been holding yourself back, kind of analyzing who you are, and if you're honest with yourself, if you're honest with who you are, if you show up to your life being your authentic self, not hiding behind a mask. And we all do that. Like, we all have times in our lives where I'm sure I've done it. I know I have. But it's important to grow through those things and be really honest with yourself and figure out who you are and be able to show up for life unapologetically, and just be your true self and shine your light and ignite that inner fire. So in turn to that, the next thing would be to step out of comfort zones. This is a huge one and is so uncomfortable, you guys. Like, even when I talk about it, I feel like a pit in my stomach. So when we're talking about comfort zones, stepping out of comfort zones, which means like doing things that might seem scary to you, might seem unfamiliar. And it could be things like, let's say, for example, it could be taking a course that you're really scared of, like, oh, well, I don't know if I'll make it through this, or I don't know if I'm ready to do something like this. Or maybe it's, I'm going to cut my hair really short, but I don't know if it'll look good, and if people will think I look silly, or like maybe I should dye my hair pink, but what will people think if I dye my hair pink? So it could be little things and it could be big things. Like, it could be a career change. It could be going bungee jumping. It could be dyeing your hair a different color, cutting it a different length, or it could be wearing different clothes that you might not normally wear. It could be, I don't know, it could be anything, you guys. So anything stepping out of comfort zones is going to actually help you to build your confidence, because as you step out of those comfort zones, you always end up learning something from them, growing from them. I see Corinne on there, and Jenica, hello. And so just being able to step out of those comfort zones, even though you may be scared, just know that, like I said, you're going to learn something from them. You're going to be able to grow from them. And you're always going to be able to take away something from that experience that's going to help you to become a more confident person. And then my next tip for you guys is to look the look. This is kind of fun. So this is all about your posture. So confidence, if you actually, let's say you dress a little nicer, or you put on a nice sweater, or if you wear, nice boots, or if you do your hair nicer than you normally would, it's important when we're talking about confidence that we're actually that it's actually fun to play with, of looking the look, of like faking it till you make it, because then you'll actually find that you'll feel more confident when you do these things. So let's say you get up a little earlier and you curl your hair, or you do something that makes you feel more confident. You're actually going to show up more confident for your day by doing that. And then another thing would be like to correct your posture. So if you are a person that like hunches over and like is always kind of, not carrying yourself in a confident way. So like putting your shoulders back and the shoulders down, it would be taking like kind of confident strides when you're walking, like instead of like a slow saunter. Like, it's even walking can change your confidence level. So those are just little things that you can do that doesn't take much effort, but actually makes you feel more confident in your day. And I've been trying to do that lately, and you actually do notice a difference in your own confidence when you actually do those little things that kind of help you to feel empower yourself and that kind of thing. Yeah, couldn't that's a it is a fun idea, hey? I know I feel more confident when I actually put effort into how I look, like, and I know it's not about looks, like it's just about empowering yourself to feel good about yourself and show up like, look at me, I am important, I matter, I have things to bring to this world, those kind of things, right? Um, and then another tip for you guys, identify your imposter syndrome. So this is another big one for a lot of people. Lots of people struggle with their own self-worth and feeling not worthy of something or worthy of success. And that comes down to them feeling like, I'm just really not meant for this. Like, this job would be for someone who's much more qualified than me, or someone would do this job better than I can, or that whole mentality of that you're not good enough. And so learning to work through that on every time you catch yourself doing that, to reframing that to being like, I am worthy, I am good enough for this position or this career or this scenario or situation, and just being strong in knowing your worth. Because if you do that, people are going to respect you. Like, confidence is attractive. Confidence is people look up to other people who show confidence. So it's all this kind of like, I don't want to say act, but it's kind of like, if you're able to put yourself out there in a way that's confident and assertive and like knowing your worth and your importance, then people are going to notice that, right? So I think that's super important. And then with the whole imposter syndrome, it's easy to get caught up with like, okay, I don't have the education for this position, so I'm not going to get it. Or, I didn't go to school for 7 million years, so I can't apply for that position. Or, I could never get a spouse that looks like that because I'm not pretty enough. Like, whatever it is in your life, like, everyone's situation is going to be different. But just, it's actually kind of fun to start to think about your fault. Don't think about your faults, think about your successes. Because, like, we could sit here all day and talk about all the things that we didn't accomplish or that we didn't do or that we failed at or that we made a mistake. And those are the things we actually remember, which is pretty sad. But it's when you can turn it around into the other perspective of remembering your successes and focusing on those, you're actually going to find yourself being more confident once again, because you're going to be able to show up remembering all the things that you are instead of the things that you aren't. And like, we could go into different things like doing affirmations and stuff like that that's going to help you to work on that. But even just an idea that I thought of that I think would be really cool for someone who is struggling with that imposter syndrome, or focusing on like the negative self-talk and the negative mindset, is to keep a confidence journal. So every time you either do something that you're proud of, something that is, that you feel is successful, that went well, like a win journal, even like something that's just talking about the things that you did that are awesome, the things that you accomplished that made a difference, just focusing on the positive rather than the negative. So that's just an idea if that's something that resonates with you. And then one more thing, I think I had one more thing. Yeah, that was kind of like the whole idea of um, reflecting on the times that things have gone right. Uh, and like I said, like this, keeping a journal or like keeping notes on like the things that you've done that are amazing and successful, and just to keep your mindset in check, because a lot of confidence comes with our mindset work. Mindset work is huge, and it's something that's going to help you to kind of create all this stuff that we're talking about on showing up for your life with confidence. And like, I feel like always, like, I talk about self-love a lot in with the people that I'm serving and with the clients that I work with. But I feel like when there's all these branches to self-love, I feel like self-love is like the heart of our journeys, and then there's all these little branches that make up the different parts that kind of allow us to make like that full circle connection to all these things that make us to show up for ourselves for life in our best life, in our best, showing up for life as our best self, shining our light, all those things, right? So so that's kind of what I wanted to chat with you guys about tonight. I hope these tips helped you and you maybe took away something from this to kind of start to show up as a more confident version of yourself. And so I hope you guys are having an awesome night. Before I pop out of here, a couple things. If you are not already in my free community, we do lots of different things to talk about confidence, self-love, mindset, kind of holistic health type of things. That group, oh, that's YouTube, is it's called Imperfectly Perfect You. So if you're not in there already, we would love to have you. We're just a group of women empowering each other to love our imperfectly perfect selves. So the link for that group is in the description of this video. And if you're wanting to take a little bit of deeper dive into like the mindset work and the confidence work, I have a 8-week course called Find Your Magic, and it's a journey to finding love for your imperfectly perfect self. There's a whole module in that program that's focused on your confidence and your mindset and stuff like that. So if that's something that you think you would like to help you on your journey, then the link for that is on my website, and my website is in the description as well. So there's that. And one more thing before we pop out is I have a journal, a self-love journal called Finding Your Magic. And it's it actually goes really well with my Find Your Magic course. It's kind of a companion book to the course. So that's also available now. You could purchase it separately or with the course. So there's that. So anyway, you guys, thanks for tuning in. For those who did, I saw a couple of you on here. So I hope you guys have the best night, and we'll talk to you soon. Okay.